So now I would I'll start at the by explaining what condition is. It is what everybody knows, right? It is what we work with even in our statements on a daily basis. When you say something is conditional, that is, it means you are giving reason, or you are giving a certain statement that must be met before a particular event can be executed. For instance, let's say I'm giving three different foods: rice, beans, and uh and yam. Okay, and yam. I was giving rice, beans, and yam. So before you can pick yam and or beans, the condition given is you don't have heartburn. You don't have heartburn. That's the condition. Otherwise, if you have heartburn, then choose rice. Then choose rice. Okay. You are given three foods. The first one is rice. The second one is uh beans. The third one is yam. Right. Some people, when they have some people that are suffering from heartburn would not even like to eat beans most often than not. So they rather choose rice. So that's the given condition, right? So in this case, looking at the data we have, looking at the data we have, you'll see that looking at the data we have, you see that I have a lot of tables, right, in the data, but I'm currently on table one. Now, looking at the table one, I have country, I have GNI per capital, that's current dollars, then I have income level, I have human development index, that's HDI, and I have dimensional poverty index, that is multidimensional poverty index, that is MPI. So therefore I have GNI, income level, HDI, and I have MPI. Now do not forget, what I am working on currently is conditional formatting. Conditional formatting. Conditional formatting. So let me say conditional formatting. Now look at that. I want to do conditional what? Formatting. The very first thing I would do is click on the column where I want to work on. Currently on income level. And on income level, you will see we have low income, low middle income, low middle income. And the question is, how many people here have low income? Okay, so let me pick out the record out. Let me pick the record out so that I'm going to copy it. But before you copy, ensure that there is none of the record with formula. Ensure that no record is with what? Formula. Okay, I've copied it. Then I'm creating a table. I'll call it, I'll rename it. I'll call it conditional formatting. Conditional formatting. So look at that. So I'm going to paste what I copied. So before that, I'll go back there and copy with the headings. I'll copy it with the headings. All right. Copy with the heading. I'll click on my conditional formatting, then paste it. Look at that. So this is what we have. This is what we have. Don't forget you can double click to adjust your settings, right? So let me increase the size so that we all can see it very well. I want to remove the data wrapping here. I want to remove the data wrapping. Okay, that's removed. Then I can do it like this. Okay, that's that's quite too much. Can we see everything? Yeah, we should be able to see it. Okay, so just uh for it to be more clearer, that is why I expanded the I increased the size. Let me take it back to 12. Okay, now it's 12. So we should be able to see it like this. Or better still, let me do the data wrapping again. Let me wrap it again and do this. All right, so let's do this. Okay, so the wrapping is fine. Okay, so let me do it like this so we can see it very. I want us to see everything at a glance. Okay, now you can apply conditional formatting. For instance, maybe you are working on a particular sheet that you have showing you and so on. You have people that are owing you, and then you want to filter out. Suppose you have millions of records. Will you be looking at them? Will you be looking for them one after the other? Looking at this guy now, this is Afghanistan, and then, oh, did I copy everything? One thing is missing. One thing is missing. Let me see. Oh, sorry, I supposed to copy this table, not the other that I was working on. So going to conditional formatting, I would paste it. Okay, good. That's fine. So let me give it 12. All right, it's big enough. Now, suppose this information now, let's say it's more than what we can see on the screen. Let's say it's like it's about it's millions of record. Let me say it that way. Say it's millions of record. Will you be looking for them one after the other? That is why we are working on, or that is why we have conditional formatting, right? For conditional formatting. So I can go to conditional, click on that column where you want to work on. Look at it, I'm on home, right? Home. If I click on data, I'll be seeing something else. Even though we are working on data tools, you click on home and then you will see conditional formatting. Look at that. Conditional formatting. But where you want to work on is on income level. Income level. Income level. So if I block all the income level like this, or I even click on income level and I go to conditional formatting, I like sales rule. Look at that. Sales rule. Look at all the rules. Sales rules. Look at that. Sales rule. You can now say you can use anyone that you want here, right? The basic thing is that you should understand which one you can use, which one that match the chosen data. For instance, I cannot do less greater than, I cannot do less than. That is, I cannot do logical reasoning on text. I can only do logical reasoning on numbers, right? So what I can then do for this guy is equals to what? Let's say low income. Look at that. In fact, before I even finish, before I click on OK, I can already see that it has chosen what? Low income. People with low income. Look at it. Countries with low income. Look at that. Look at that. Now, what do I want to do with that? Am I filling it with light red, or is it yellow, or is it red text, or is it red border, or is it custom format? Now, when you choose custom format, then it allows you to define your own format, right? The only thing you can't choose is the font. Look at that. You can't choose the font. You can choose the underline type. Maybe I want double, right? And I want it to be bolder. I want the color to be, let's say, red. I can't choose the size. Then I can do OK, right? I can also go to fill, and I want the fill color to be, let me see which color would go well with my choosing color. Okay, I'm going to choose the fill color to be, oh, this should be brown or something, or white. Then I'll go to the font and I'll choose the fill color to be white. Okay, I can click on OK. Look at that. Then I click on OK. So I've successfully applied conditional formatting. Looking at it, I can already see that this is low income. Low income. So if I go back to my conditional formatting and I do equals to, okay, so I have to pick the cell I want to work on, and I will do highlight cells. Then I want to do equals to again, and I still want to do low income, low income. Then it as, let me choose another format. This time around, I want it to be bold, and I want the color to be this green, right? And I want to click on OK. Let me still format it. I don't like that format, doesn't make sense to me. Then the color, I want no color for it, right? Okay, this makes sense to me. So now all of these are low income. I have applied conditional format. Then for those that are low income, you see that this is 0.48, this is 0.49, this is 0.40, this is 0.40 again. What I'm trying to establish here is that countries with low income are less than 50, that is less than 0.50. Now you want to see with their value, can go to conditional formatting, choose highlight, and you can now say less than what? 0.50. Look at that. And then you still want the color to be the same color as chosen before. Let's say this is the color you want, and you click on OK. Then I can already see the rest too are like that. But don't worry about this one, because the moment I put 0.80, that guy will go. Look at that, that guy will go. So do not worry yourself about that. Okay. But what I would advise is, if you want to continue using the sheet, then you can click like this. But if you just want to work on the current data alone, you just have to click and block the data you are working on. Look at that. Okay. So next thing I want us to see is, now you have formatted the data according to your want. So what if you just want to see those data alone? You don't want to see everything. You only want to see, you want to filter out those data. Then you can now click on this guy and then go to data, then you click on filter. Once you click on filter, you will see something like an arrow here. See something like an arrow here, you can click on it, and then you want to see only upper. Then you click on OK. So you have two persons, I mean two countries with upper middle income. With upper middle income. Now that means not only the income, not this label, or not the value alone can be used to determine whether someone is upper middle income or otherwise. Why do I say that? Because if you look at these two value here, you see that it's 5,094, right? Upper middle income, but there is no value for it. That means value is not a determinant label or feature to know whether this guy is upper or lower. The only thing you can use to determine this guy, according to this data we have here, is what? Is GNI per capita. We are already analyzing the data. That is data science for you. You've already started analyzing the data, because looking at this guy now, you see that there's no value here, so you cannot determine whether it is upper or middle. This guy also cannot determine. This guy cannot determine. This guy cannot determine that, because they don't even have any value, right? But looking at the GNI per capita, you can see that these guys is what determine whether it is upper or it is upper middle income, or it is lower middle income, or any other thing. So meaning these two, this one alone, or let me say country and capita, the GNI is enough for me to work on the entire data. So I can then filter out all of these guys. I can say I don't want them, I can delete them, because it does not tell me, they don't give me the information I want. They are not needed, right? Per se, only this. So let me go back to my filter and then remove the upper middle income, and I say I want low income. Now if you look at low income now, you see that something is wrong. Oh, nothing is wrong actually. This is low income. So I have everything here as low income. And when I see it again, it shows that this guy, this 0.48, 0.49, 0.40, 0.40, all these label are not what determine whether they are low or they are not low. What am I saying? I will explain to you now. Look at this low income, it is 0.51. Look at this low income again, it is 0.56. Now let me go back to do upper income. This is 0.59. This is 0.59. Now let me do low middle income. Look at this. This is 0.61. Low middle income 0.61. Low middle income 0.47. And now when you now choose low income. Don't forget that low middle income has 0.47. By the time you now do low income, you will see that low income has 0.50, which is quite greater than the low middle income. Low middle income 0.47. Look at that. And then if you look at low middle income, which is 0.61, is also greater than upper middle income. Upper middle income, which is 0.59. So what I'm saying in essence is that this value here, the value here is not enough to determine their income level. But what? The GNI per capita. That's the only thing that determines that. So meaning if I want to plot my graph, it's best for me to choose the country alone with this guy, right? I want to visualize the data. That is what we call uh, visual data representation of the value. So you want to show the image, right, to represent this value. People can actually interact with image than number. Let me show you. And I'll go to insert based on the selected data, and I go to bar charts, okay, and I choose this guy. No, looking at these guys now, you see that I have Yemen. Okay, Zambia is the highest. So let me go there to Zambia. Let me go to Zambia. Okay, this is Zambia. 1,304. 1,304. And what do I have here? I have Zambia. Okay, so this guy is not actually it's not reasonable enough for me to plot the data because I'm having the LCDS here. So let me delete this guy. Sorry for that. Deleting this guy. And I have to choose from here. The best thing I can use is here. Let me represent them with pie charts. Here, this is okay. So these are okay. So I'm going to insert, and I want to insert pie chart, right? The pie chart is fair. So what I have here is Yemen and Zambia. Something is actually wrong here. Something is wrong here because I didn't have just the number here. I'm having E. So it's not treated as value because I can have E there. So any number that is not value, will not be treated as value. So let me block everything so that we can see what I'm working on perfectly. Let me click on format cell, and I'm going to make them number, right? Then I'm clicking on OK. So their number now, this guy has a G. I can remove all of this guy. Okay, can remove all of this guy. Can remove all of this guy. Then okay, so fine. So these are the things that these are the data we have now. They are now number. Okay, so blocking them. So if I do insert then I do pie chart. There's nothing to label them at it, nothing to label them, right? So then you can already see that some are bigger than some. So looking at this guy now, you could see that, oh, this one is bigger, but there's no label. So how do I identify to which country this particular one belongs to? So that is why I can just go there and pick all this. Let me pick from country. I need to remove this, right? Okay, let me pick country, this guy, then this, this, this. Sorry. I'm plotting against these guys so that I can have the title and their corresponding value. So choose selecting all of this is quite okay. So let me just make use of these guys enough to show the data I want to, show. Insert, then I can click on pie chart. Okay, something is not right here. Okay, selecting all of this. Let me come to this side and I'll do country, then uh I'll do GNI. I'll do country, I'll do GNI. Then I can paste those record here. Let me select it again. Select it again. I need just the value. I can paste it here, right? So then for me to plot the data, I'm going to choose from country and the GNI. Then I can go to data, insert rather. Then I'm going to choose pie chart, right? Now this is what we should have. There's something is wrong with the selected data before. So this is what I'm going to do. Let me expand it. Now, if you look at this data now, you can see that this color is right beside Afghanistan. Where is it? So this color for Afghanistan, Benin, and all of that. So I can then right click on the chart and I can format it the way I want. So let's say I want to add data label. I just go there and choose data label. Look at it. So it gives me all the label, right? I can also right click on it and I want to relocate the chart. So that's clicking on move chart to um as new sheet. Okay, so now so that I can see it very well. So this is my chart, right? I can also change the type of the chart if I want. I can change it if I want, but what I want to do is format it, format data series. Okay, so I can apply color and all of that if I want that. And the beauty of it is that I can also do formatting, right? If I want to plot against certain country, instead of me to choose, let me go to series. If this is the series, GNI. So instead of me to choose everything, I just want to plot against Cambodia, next country, this guy, Benin, Bangladesh, and I apply. Look at that. So I can again come to the filter, and if I want, I choose everything, right, to show what I'm presenting. So this is part of the analysis. We want to see, okay, which country has low level, which country is low, which one is upper, which one is lower, upper middle, lower middle. So you can do the filtering to do that. You can apply filtering on that. So going back to where we're coming from, that is conditional formatting. Another thing I want us to work on, another thing I want us to work on another thing I want us to work on is sorting. How can we sort the record without affecting the whole information on the sheet? If you click on one column and then you want to sort, you click on data and then you choose sort. By the time you choose sort, it will ask you, do you want to expand the selection or you want to continue with the current selection? If you continue with the current selection, you see that Afghanistan will go to somewhere else, right? If it is not already sorted anyway, it will be scattered. And then, okay, before I'll do that, let me do, let me take this Zambia, let me take it up. Let me take this Zambia up. Let me take it up, cancel, right click here, insert a record, then come to Zambia, taking it up, then here, delete this guy. Now, if you look at it very well now, Z is now above Y. What can we do? If I block everything here and I say sort, if I continue with the current selection, before I do that, I want you to see, you see that Zambia is 1,304, Yemen is 1,043, right? If I now say sort and I say continue, you see that to do this, all the match cells needed to be the same size because I'm working on this guy alone. So what it's telling me is that I have this guy matched. I have it matched. So to show what I want to show to you, let me remove the selected match cells just like this, and let me do sort. Continue with selection, sort. Now, last, we now have Zambia down. You see that the record is no longer the same. Zambia is supposed to be for 1,300 and Yemen is supposed to be for 1,043. So that is why when you are sorting, know that you are selecting everything, not just continue with the selection. So therefore, I'll click on this guy and I'll go to sort and I will say expand the selection. Automatically, it will select everything for me. Okay. And I will say sort by column A, which is country, and cell value, right? Is it A to Z or Z to A? Now I can do okay. Still talking about the merge. All right. Let me do it like this. Block what I want to arrange. Okay, like this. That's what I want to sort. And I go back there and I will say sort by column A, and I'll click on OK. Now the Zambia is back to where it is and the data is correct. The data is correct. So that is how to do sorting. Then the next one we want to talk about is filtering. I've already talked about filtering before, but let me go back there. So clicking on GNI per capita, then I say filter. Look at it. I've applied filter to it now. So now what I want to do on filtering is that I want to select those that are less than 1000. How can I do that? I'll now go to number filter and I will say less than. It's less than 1000. Then I'll apply the filter. You see everything I have here, they are less than what? They are less than 1000. They are less than 1000. If I go back to my filter and I say no, I want the filter to be less than 500, I'll put it there. Less than 500. And I will do okay. Look at that. Less than 500. So we've successfully explained or understood conditional formatting, filtering, that is how to filter, and how to do sort. After this, we'll go into more advanced data tools that can be used. So we'll be talking about descriptive statistics data tool, we'll be talking about ranking data tool, we'll be talking about average ifs, sum if, random generation, vertical lookup, correlation in the next class. Thank you for viewing. And then the assignment I'm giving to you is not assignment, it's just for you to practice what we've done. I'm sharing the data. I will save this conditional formatting now. So I'll clear everything now. Control A, Control C, Control N, Control V, Control S, right? I'll go to download and let me go more option, browse. I want it to be inside my download. Uh, let me call it conditional formatting. Okay, then I'll share it with us now. Share it with us now so that we can follow up with the same data. So thank you for viewing. We shall meet in the next class by the special grace of God. Enjoy the rest of your